everybody, it's Cassie. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to talk to you about my O.W.L.s TBR. I will be taking 8 classes. This is my first semester of doing this, my first time ever taking O.W.L.s. I know it went on all year last year, and I should have done it, but I was too nervous to do it because, you know, I didn't think I would be able to do it, but I'm going to try to do it this year. I've not been reading my best these last couple months. I need to get back into the groove, and I'm truly hoping this TBR list that I have here will help me out with getting back into my reading groove. And I hope I have picked out good books to do just that. For Arithmancy, that is a book written by 2 or more authors, and I have Honored Enemy, Legends of Rift War, Book 1, written by Raymond Feist and William Forstner. I've had this for a while. It's about a land called Midkemia. Fate can storm strange alliances. There's been going on a war for 9 years, and the Dennis Hartcraft Marauders are cold, hungry, and exhausted. They need to try to figure out how to stay alive, who to trust, who not to trust. They are trying to get their freedom. The cover is kind of giving me Game of Thrones or Viking vibes. I really like this right here, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's been on my shelf forever. I want to get it off and I want to read it, so hopefully it's really good and it will pull me right in. Astronomy is the next class I have here in line, and that is a book with star in the cover. And I have Peter and the Starcatchers. This was on my TBR a long time ago and I never got to it. This is a book that my son is also going to read with me this month. He made his own TBR up, and I will show those at the end of the video. But this is a book he and I are going to read together. I think it's a series or a trilogy. I'm not entirely sure, but it's by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. It says, Peter blinked his eyes, but there was no question. The rat was suspended in space and if hanging from a string, but there was no string. So, looks pretty cool. I think it may be like a beginning of the Peter Pan stories. Him going there and finding Captain Hook. I'm not entirely sure, but I hope to find out. For Defense Against the Dark Arts, we have to have a book that starts with the letter R, and I had a hard time finding one. Thankfully, I found this. This is Royce Rolls by Margaret Stoll. It says reality scripted. Bentley Royce couldn't imagine a world where RWTR wasn't on the air. Was it even possible? Winners got picked up, losers got cut. The word on the street was that the numbers were off. If rolling with the Royces was actually canceled, it could only mean one thing: freedom. So I'm getting from that this girl is over her reality TV show. She's ready for it to get canceled, and she may do whatever it takes for it to get canceled. Let me know down in the comments if you've read this and what you thought of it. The next class I have written down here is herbology, and that is plant on the cover, and I had the hardest time trying to find a book with a plant on the cover. I looked forever, and I did have one, Wayfarer, but I was currently reading that, and I didn't kind of didn't want it to count towards these challenges because I had already started. But there's a case with another book here that I've already started. But I found Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. This is, I guess, a beloved vampire series. I never got onto this. I did Twilight, but I heard this is better. I don't know. I've heard a lot of good things about this, but I've also heard that this series goes on. Some books are good, some books are meh. So I think I have another book back here, but I think it's like the 3rd or the 5th book. So I need to get into this and see if I like it, so I know if I want to continue on with the series or not. But I'm not going to read the synopsis of this because I'd say a lot of people already know what this is about. The next class is History of Magic, and that is a book published at least 10 years ago. I have a small book. This was on my TBR last month or the month before, but I'm going to try to do it again. It's Night of the Living Dummy 3 by R.L. Stine. I've read 1 and 2. Now I need to read book 3. I may read this with my kid too. It all depends on if he is in the mood to get scared. He's 6, so maybe it will kind of terrify him for his age. Every dummy has his day and his night, so I'm quite curious to see what he gets up to in this book. The next class is Muggle Studies, and that is to read a contemporary, and I'm wondering if I can put this towards an adult book too, and that will go for Charms. I don't know, but maybe I can find a book. I plan on trying to read a book for each challenge, but it all depends if I get these ones done first. But I have Wedding Night by Sophie Kinsella. I don't know a lot about this book. I have read another book by her and I really, really enjoyed it. So I hope I will enjoy this book. I think it was one of her newer releases that I read. So I'm hoping I will enjoy this. I asked a lot of people if, I've asked before if they've read it, and people said they have enjoyed this. So I really do hope I will get into this and it will be a fast read, even though it is pretty big. The next class is Potions, and that is to read a sequel. I have already started this, but I need to continue on with the series, and that is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. I'm not going to say what this is about. A lot of people had read it, and if you have not, you probably already know all about it anyways. So this will be for Potions. I really hope I can finally finish it this month and continue on with the series. And for the last class, Transfiguration, you need to read a book with red on the cover, red on the spine, or sprayed pages. And I have Blood Witch by Amelia Atwater Rhodes. And it says, beware of those kept in cages. This is a book that deals with shapeshifters, witches, and vampires. I have already started into it, so this will be the first book I will be reading. And I really do love the cover. I think it is really neat. This could also go for plants on the cover, but I think this would be cool. And it seems to be a really quick read. The font is different. It even tells you what the font is in the front. And fun fact, this is a book that started with NaNoWriMo. So I think that is awesome. I think it's great that people that have done NaNoWriMo have been able to publish their books from starting it there, and I think that's fantastic. So here are all the books that I hope to read this month. I plan on adding more. I want to find a retelling. That is my #1 goal, is to find a retelling, because a lot of the jobs require ancient ruins, and that's the only book that I could not find on my shelf was a retelling. I had such a hard time finding it, so I'm going to find me one. But here are all the books that I need to read. Wish me luck. Like I said, I plan on adding more. I may have some ebooks to fit into some of these challenges. So I will now show you real quick the books that my son plans on reading. This is a Pokemon book, and it is called Meet the Pikahuna. And it's a really quick read. He even told me, he said, Mom, I will be able to read all these books in a day because I was smart and picked short ones. And then he did his little giggle, and I'm just like, that's probably what I should have done. His next book is Winnie the Pooh, Rabbit Gets Lost. This is book for the letter R. The next one is Plants vs. Zombies, Bully for You. And this is a book with plants on the cover. Plants vs. Zombies. Smart kid. Curious George and the Firefighters. This is for the challenge for a book with 2 or more authors. The next book is Buster Catches a Cold. This is for an animal on the cover. And his last book, like I said, he will be reading with me. I have his own copy of Peter and the Starcatchers. He got a paperback while I have a hardback, but it does not matter. He may like this better. Plus, it'll be easy for him to carry and to hold. I'm so excited to get to read these books with him. In our jobs that we will be going for, he is going for astronomer, which fits him perfectly because he is so fascinated with the sky, the stars, the sun, the moon, the planets, just everything to do with it. He's constantly asking me about it. I want to get him some books to go over it. And then when I try to get him books, he's like, nah, let's get something else. So I'm just like, you ask all these questions, why can't I get you something pertaining to those? And then you can really look them up. But I think that job fits him perfect, and the challenges that he picked just goes for that. And I'm just so happy he will be going for something that he really likes. And for me, I have 2 jobs to go for. It all depends on what I read. I have astronomer and journalist or writer. I think it's great for me because I'm fascinated with the sky like he is, but not near as much as being a journalist or a writer. I think that would be so interesting to do and go around and write stories about magic or muggles or anything pertaining to the magical world. Alright, that's it for this video. I thank you all so much for watching. Good luck with your owls. Wish me luck. Wish my son luck. Have fun this month. Take it easy. Don't stress too much on these challenges. Have a great month, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!